Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is your teacher speaking, Ahmed Musameh, and we are still with ELET104, Computer Programming. And inshallah, today we will discuss Module 6. Module 6, it has three parts, the character, string, and the third part, which is macro. Okay, now let's just look at the first part, which is character. Let's see how C language deals with the character in programming. First of all, we have to know how to define a character in C language. First of all, we have to write char, C-H-A-R, and the name of the X is the name of the character or the variable name and the semicolon. This will create a variable named called X in the memory, and only this X will, you can only store a single character in this variable. Okay, so this is very important to know how to declare characters in C language. Then we have to see what is the character manipulation functions. For the character manipulation functions, we have two functions. One is called get char. This is used for input, and the other one is called put char, and this is used for output. Okay, how to input or enter a character in C language. For example, write a C statement to enter a single character into the using C language. So we have to declare the variable char x semicolon. In order to input a character into this variable, we say x is the name of the variable, x equal get char, and we open two brackets. There's nothing here, it's empty, and semicolon. This will allow the user to enter a single character into this variable. Okay, this is the input. For the output, we have to use to display the character on the screen. We have declared the character char x. Then we have to use the function put char bracket, and we have to write the name of the variable, which is x, and we close the bracket semicolon. So the get char, we use it for input, and the put char, we use it for the output. And here we have an example. Write a program to read or input and display the output character. Yani this has to input and output using character functions. Include void main char ch. Ch is the variable name. The data type is character. Ch, we will input a character into this variable. After we input the character, we have to display the character which we entered into this variable on the screen. So ch equal get char, two brackets, semicolon. To display this character on the screen, we say put char, bracket, and we write the name of the variable, and we close the bracket, semicolon. Okay. Now we come to this will finish or conclude the first part, which is characters. Now the second part is strings. String, as we can say, is an array of characters. String is many characters, a group of characters. If you remember in module 5, we gave the lecture about arrays, and here we are using single dimension array. So how to define a character string in C language? We say char, the name of the array, YUC, or the name of the string, square bracket 20, we close the square bracket, semicolon. This will create a single dimension array, starts from 0 and ends at element 19, and the data type allowed in this array only characters. Okay, remember this module 6 only we are dealing with characters. We have nothing to do with integers or float. The string manipulation functions, we have 4 functions, deals with the string. Gets, this we used for input. The puts, we use it for output. The strlen, this function here will return how many characters stored in this array. The strcat, this function will join two strings together and give me a new string, third string, joining the two strings together. Okay. So get S means string. Get the string. This we use it for input. Put the string. This to display the string on the screen. Str string length. How many characters? Str cat means concatenate. That means you are joining two strings together and display the output, which is a new string after joining them on the screen. Okay, let's see how to input a string in C language. Question: write a C statement to input or read a string. First of all, we have to define the string char str of 20. This will create a string named str, 20 characters. In order to input data into this string, we say gets, and we write the name of the string between two brackets. This will give the user the ability or to enter data into this string. In order to display the output, what you entered into this array, we say char str put str. Here we are, after we input the characters into the string, puts, this will display the input on the screen. Okay, so write a C statement to output display a string. Char str20 puts str. This will display whatever you entered into the string using gets. This here puts, it will put it on the screen. It will display the string which you entered on the string. Let's look at this example. Write a program to read, input, and display the string named name and size 40 using string functions. Include string.h. We have to use this library. This library, string.h, has all the functions related to string. Void main, char name of 40. This will create a string, an array named name, which is a string, and the size is 40 characters. In order to do the input, we have to issue gets and the name of the string. This will give the user to input data into this string. Puts, this will display the information you entered into this string on the screen using puts. So remember, gets for input and puts for the output. Okay, now let's look at the string manipulation functions. We have two functions here we have to learn. First one is called strlen, and the second one is called strcat. The strlen, this will return the string length, meaning this will return a number. How many characters in this length? How many characters in this string? The strcat, this will string concatenate. This produce a new string after you join two strings together. Example 6.5. Write a program to read or input a string named name, size 50 elements, and then display its length. Using string manipulation functions, include the stdio.h, include the string.h. You have to write the string.h because this function, strlen, is stored in this library. So it's very important to use and call this library, string.h. Char name of 50 gets the name of the string. Okay, this will give us the user to input characters into the string. Then we say printf strlen equal %d strlen sub and the name. The strlen, we are calling the function to calculate the number of characters stored in this string. The number which comes out from this function, it will be stored in this here, in the %d. Okay, so this will give me how many characters stored in the string name. This will come out as a number. The number will be displayed on the screen. For example, 5 characters, 6 or 10, whatever. Now let us look at the second function, strcat s1, s2. This function will concatenate. It will join string 1 and string 2 and give us a new string. For example, write a program to read or input two strings S1 and S2, size 100 elements, and then concatenate and display them using string manipulation functions. So we have to create two strings, and we have to issue gets sub for the S1 and gets for the S2, and then we have to issue puts, this for the output, the new string strcat S1 and S2. So first of all, we have to use this function strcat, str concatenate joining S1 and S2. The output from this function, we have to use puts in order to display it on the screen. If this example here, we have to use this here. We are using input and output. We are using input for gets S1, gets S2, and puts the result of the concatenation of the two strings. In this example here, look at include stdio, include the string void name char S1 of 100 characters, and after we create this string, we already stored the word marhaba in this string, and we create another one called S2, and we already stored yambo in this string. That means here we don't have gets. There is no gets here because we already created the string and we stored characters in the string S1. Marhaba, we store it in S1. Yambo, we store it in S2 after we create. So if you do this technique, that means you don't have to use gets. No gets for this type of program. So we only say puts strcat S1, comma S2. So here we have to concatenate the S1 and S2. The output, we have to display it on the screen using puts. Puts means put string, Okay. Okay, thank you very much. This is the second part. Now we come to the third part, which is called macros. Part 3, macros, which is called pre-processing directives. First of all, we have to know, before we start, macros is very much similar to functions, like what we learned in Module 4, except that macros, we don't have to write a separate module or a separate program for the macros. In the functions, we used to define the function in the beginning, and then at the end of the program, we wrote the small program for the function. For the macros, we don't need to do anything. We just write include, and then we define the macro, the parameters, and what the function of this macro, what it will do. Okay, how to declare a macro in C language. If we say hash sign, define, we have to write this word, define, the macro name, parameter, which these are variables used with this macro, and the macro text. The macro text here, what is the function of this macro? What is the function? What is the purpose of this macro? Okay, and remember here with the macro, we don't have to use any data type. There is no data type. We don't have to say integer X or integer Y or anything. We just say hash sign, define the macro name and the parameters and the macro text. For example, define a macro named YUC with a parameter named X. The macro text is X multiply X. Remember, there is no data type. Hash sign, define, YUC is the name of the macro, X is the parameter, and the function of this macro is X multiply X. So whatever the value is X, we have to come here and multiply it with each other. Okay. Here, example 6.7, write the output generated by this program to find the area of a square meter using macro. Remember, there is no scanf here. Include, define the area, x times x. So here we define the macro, named area, and the parameter is x, and the function of this x multiply x. This is the important part of the macro. This here will tell you what is the purpose of this macro, what it has to do. Void main, integer side equal 2. That means we have a variable called side, and its value is 2. Printf, area equal %d square meters. Printf, this will display something on the screen. This will display area equal this line, and then area between two brackets side. Area, we have to take the value of side, which is 2, area sub 2, and we have to take it up to the macro. So area, this is the macro name. The side, the value of side, we have to go and take it and replace it in x. So here, area sub 2. The function is x multiply x, that means 2 multiply 2. The answer for this, the answer of this multiplication, we will write it in the person D. So here, area is equal 4 square meters. 2 multiply 2 equals 4. Printf side is equal person D side plus 10. So here this is a continuation of a printf side. This is the side equal side plus 10. The value of side is 2. 2 plus 10 is equal to 12. Okay, now let us look at this example. This is the same. Okay, let's look at this example here. What is the output generated by this program? Include stdio.h, define sqr, this is the name of the macro, x is the parameter. The function of this macro is x plus 20. This is very important to look at in the quizzes and the finals. Void main, integer a, integer b equals 4. That means we have a variable a, it has no value. Integer b, this is a variable b, and after we create the variable b, we store 4, the value 4 in this variable. The a equals square b plus 3. The value of a, we will get it by calling the macro sqr, and we take the value of b, which is 4, we take it up to the macro. So sqr of 4, then the function of this macro is 4 plus 20, which gives us 24. Return the value here, 24 plus 3 equals how much? 27. So the output, printf a equal a. So in the output here, a is equal the 27, the value of a, which is 27, it will be written in the %d. Okay, printf, this is the second output, b is equal %d, b plus a. The value of b is 4, the value of a is 27. So the answer of this formula here, 27 plus 4 equals 31. The number 31, it will be printed and displayed here in the %d. So this is the output of this program. Thank you very much. This concludes module 6, character, string, and macros.